2 nights ago, I guess Wednesday night. We record it on the pod on Wednesday. And one of the things we talk about is the time is entered on World Athletics, right? And it's listed there on the top list. But then on Wednesday night, I go and I'm pulling it up because I'm doing the rankings and I'm looking at who's where. And I don't see the 988 from Elias Garcia anymore. Remember, this was the time that was recorded last weekend that people were wondering about because previously his PB was 10.16. And then I see that it's gone, that it's no longer there on World Athletics. So I said, all right. So they were late putting it up, and they finally put it up, and then it gets taken down. And then we get information from the timing company. Mousesplit reached out to the timing company, and they said that they did have issues with that event, and their solution was to label it NT no time, which is what I'm assuming was the reason why World Athletics took the time down, is because literally the timer's saying they had issues, so you can't have the time. Direct Athletics never had it listed officially. They always had the no time. So I don't know what happened in between that gap, but another twist and turn in this 100-meter saga, Gordon.
Well, the biggest turn of this all is that did he just go pro off of a no time? That's crazy. He parlayed a no time into a pro contract. That's kind of wild.
Well, you brought up a good point last show, which is pro contracts can take on a lot of different forms. So you don't really know what type of contract it is. We don't know if it was contingent on the time being verified. We don't know if it was contingent on him running that set of performance again. You don't know if it's a huge deal, a medium deal, a small deal. But you'd think the people, the track world is pretty small, and the people involved in the contracts are well versed in the sport. So you'd think that they would have known, hey, this 98, 88 may not be official. Now maybe they're like, all right, that's cool, that's fine. It wasn't official, but we still believe in this athlete going forward. But yeah, I thought the same thing. If the reason the contract was signed was because they thought the performance was legit, and then 2 days later it gets taken down, that's a head scratcher to me.
Travis just letting us know that on Wednesday, Garcia said on Twitter or Instagram or somewhere, official announcement coming. But now, nothing new. That was on Wednesday, and that since the time has been removed.
Okay.
So,
And I think the next time we're going to see him is Mount Sac. So not this weekend, but the next weekend. I thought he was planning on racing on this coming weekend, so today or tomorrow. But I think that's not going to happen. So we should see him at Mount Sac if he's running at Mount Sac. And again, everybody's going to be waiting to see that mark. What do you think the process? Let me ask you this: if you were World Athletics, what would be your process for verifying times? Now, I'm sure they have a very stringent process. That's my belief. Again, track and field very numbers heavy, but like when you get if you're the governing body and you get a performance like this, what do you think the right steps are to take after that?
well, first you need to know. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm sure there's like a certification of like track and field timers, I'm assuming, where they
Right.
know marks coming from these set of timers is like 100% verified. Like, when flash results gives you a result, it's
Yeah.
legit, and they would notify you if it's different. But then obviously you don't want to say only these timers times count, because something can happen at a high school meet or at a lower key college meet, and not all the mainstream timers are going to be there, and other people can tell time as well. So in a situation like here, I think they would have to reach out to the timer and ask them what's going on. But I think it's even easier for them to take off the result because the timer themselves took away the result. This isn't like the
Yeah.
timer is holding on to the 988 and World Athletics is like, I don't believe you. Like, the timer themselves took them off the
Yeah.
list. So World Athletics has no reason to keep the mark, especially because the timer who was there was like, yeah, don't use that mark. So I think it would have
Yeah.
been more complicated if the timer was also
Insisted.
still insisting that it was 988, and the World Athletics is like, we don't believe you. That's when it would get weird.
My question though, at what point do they inquire? Say the timer insisted it was true, but at what point do they inquire? If he goes 998, is there a conversation about it? 10 flat
Uh oh, like what time do they inquire about?
with anybody, not just with him or any event. How fast do you have to run before people start following up and asking questions? Because you
Well, I'm
look at
guessing a
some
world
of these
standard,
databases of
right? That would probably
times.
be the only
Yeah,
a
you,
world
you look at some of
standard.
these databases of historical times, and they have sections sometimes for doubtful timing or
Yeah.
suspicious mark. They have all these ways of quantifying it, but you're saying your standard would be a world standard. That's where you'd say, all right, we need to
Yeah, but
figure this
even
out
then, it's only like
for certain people.
it would be on. Yeah, it's on World Athletics. If I think the only time they would actually really legitimately verify the mark is if he was
Mhm.
submitted to run at one of their meets under that mark,
Okay.
and then they're gonna be like, all right, we need to confirm that this 988 is real. But you don't
Yeah.
need to confirm a 988 is real if it's. I could go out there and hand time myself and run 988 and announce to the world I ran 988. They don't. World Athletics doesn't need to come and like talk to the person who held the stopwatch and confirm. They'd be like, all right, live your truth,
Live your
bro.
dream.
You ran 988. Have
Yeah.
have fun with that. But if then I am saying you must allow me into the World Championships in Eugene, then they're gonna be like, all right, let's see the time. Let's see the
Yeah.
actual. Let's talk to the time.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's no need to like verify marks that really have no impact on other people because it's not a world record and it's not a qualifying spot that the person's
hmm
taking yet.
hmm
So
Looking at the Mount Sac entries, not this weekend, but the next weekend, I don't think he's listed in the Elite 100, which is going to be good. That's going to be, it's been a top flight meet for years. Last year, a lot of the pros went there, so it's not a surprise that he would not be in that section just because the interest with everybody else. But I mean, everybody still wants to see what he's going to run. What's the resolution here? What do you think he runs?
I think this should be a we should make this a contest. I'm gonna change this to a pickup for next week,
Yeah.
predicting his next result. Because that's really hard to predict. I mean, I probably predict he runs like a 10-18 or something like that. He's going to
hmm
run in the 10 teens if I had to predict.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of pressure on his next result, so I think it'll be slower than normal.
hmm
And then I think the result after that, I think he'll end the year as like a 10:07, 10:08 guy. That's what I think.
That's a good year then. A couple
Yeah, it's
years
a
ago,
good
he's
year.
run 10,
No,
10
exactly.
threes, 10 fours. That'd be
Exactly.
huge if he can run.
Yeah.
Even improving off the 10-1-6 would be impressive. Travis is not on the college entries either. So man, I want to see him race. I want to see him race. That'd be the worst resolution to all this if we don't see him again.
Well, he's going to race. He's not retiring on April 1st. Like, he's going to race.
I want to see it. I want to see it soon. I want to see it close enough to where we can have a good comparison to the 988 run. As you said before, most interesting April track story in history. It just continues. Time goes on, time goes off. Time happened, time didn't happen.
If you wanted to milk this for the most like entertainment value for the people who follow the sport,
Yeah.
it would for him to not run until USA's and then go to USA's and run. And
Yeah.
like every time he qualified for the next round, everyone would be like, wait a minute, holy crap, this could be real. And there's like that buildup of like, oh crap, he's into the next round. Oh wait, he's in the semis. Oh, now he's in the final. Oh my goodness, and it would be very entertaining because he could get in on his 10-16 or whatever,
Yeah.
as a qualifier. So that would be fun.
It would be interesting because if he was entered, all the track nerds would be super interested in him, and everybody else
Yeah,
would be interested in like what's Snow Lyles gonna do? What's Fred Curley gonna
yeah, yeah.
do? What's Ronnie Baker gonna
I
do?
know.
And
I want to
everyone's,
know.
wait, why
It's
are
all
you
about
here?
lane 7.
Yeah, I'm here to see
Yeah,
Garcia, see if that 988 is legit. Like, what? There's no 988 this year. No, no, no. Let me explain it to you. For about a 48-hour period, the track world was up in arms and trying to figure out if this guy actually ran it. One guy on
exactly.
YouTube had a stopwatch and put it to it, and it looked like it was a 10-2. And then World Athletics had it, and then they didn't, and the timer said it didn't count. It would be a track nerd's basically dream if that happened. I think
It's
he
like
should
that
just,
meme of the guy talking to his girlfriend at a baseball game with like shades
yeah,
on, and
yeah,
she's like not
yeah,
interested. You know what I'm talking about?
he's very
It's like
animated, and she's like, whatever. Yeah.
he's very animated. She's like, "What's going on?" Yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically the Elias Garcia story.
Explaining the Elias Garcia story to people not into track. Uh, okay,
Yeah,
let's
this
talk
guy.
about,
This is it right here. Put that up.
yeah.
Cool.
Well, there's the other one with the guys at the club too, right? Like, or it looks like he's a dance club and
Yeah,
he's just
that's
going on and on talking to the girl.
yeah. That's Elias Garcia fans.